Yeah.
So if you don't like.
I was just like,
That bottom layer starts.
I don't want to get involved, but.
It's either that or sit in your car for like half an hour before you have to leave, trying to
Yeah.
finish it off.
Yeah.
Love Dean Walker.
All right, we're live, so think about your words.
Everyone
have a great
Thanksgiving.
I'm waiting for.
Did you?
Yeah, it was good.
My Thanksgiving
And
is-
invited.
So they speak.
Well, right now they're being invited.
No.
But we'll just.
How's everybody
Yeah.
been faring in the
My mom was there, I'm
the
like, my
cold,
sister was
snowy
so
weather?
dry.
No, it snowed exactly this time last year, and I didn't bring my snow boots the same time.
I don't know.
No, like terrible occurrences though.
Want to put computers on the Zoom, try speaking to see the words.
If I did, yeah. If I did.
They had new wires.
I told if any of y'all catch me
They're cat.
slipping and sliding, don't
I already
say.
saw someone fall.
See, that scares me.
You know, when somebody fall, I have it on my eyes. Everybody deserves
Or if
privacy.
you're like in D-hole and you're just like observing everybody and
I can't
you
imagine
just
I
get
have
in
no
my
choice.
I know
yeah.
what's up.
Oh, yeah, that's.
I know, but if I fall, I give them a moment of privacy.
I was like,
I
gave them a moment and then like.
You're so reasonable.
I'm like, are you?
Nah, but what's like, I know what rapping through people.
You, so.
what? Well, no. I'll write the check. Meeting to order, roll call.
Senator Amsden,
Here.
Senator Ballsmeyer here. Senator Baleo here. Senator Barazi. Senator Brown. Senator Kate.
Yeah.
Senator Daniels. Here. Senator Demers.
Here.
Senator Dias.
Here.
Senator Farrell.
Here.
Senator Gagnon. Here. Senator Godek.
Here.
Senator Goodman.
Here.
Senator Gudick.
Here.
Senator Guzman. Here. Senator Holman. Senator Joseph. Senator Conchos. Here. Senator Lemieux. Here. Senator Lipscomb. Here. Senator Maki. Senator Umbasam. Here. Senator McGuffey. Here. Senator Miller. Here. Senator Noonan. Here. Senator O'Connor. Senator Oros. Here. Senator Pavlik.
Here.
Senator Ritchie.
Here.
Senator Scorpa. Senator Sidlecki. Here. Senator Silver. Here. Senator Spalding.
Here.
Senator Warren. Here. Chairperson Lucier.
Here.
Secretary Bronson. Chairperson Greenwood. Here. Chairperson McKiernan.
Here.
Treasurer Thurston. Here. Chairperson Amaya. Here. Vice President Cloutier. Here. President Coffin.
Present. All right, thank you everyone for braving this terrible winter weather to be here. I know some of our commuter students, asked to join a Zoom, if it was available, so they're in there. We'll be sure to record their attendance. We're waiting on our guest speaker. She did confirm that she will be here, to me via email less than an hour ago. So, we'll just move the agenda items around and, we'll do, or after the parking committee and the Senator of the Month Award. So at this time, I move for the acceptance of the minutes from the 11/25/2025.
Second.
Hearing a second, are there any additions, revisions or deletions? Seeing none, we'll move for a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, those abstaining, the motion passes. Next, I move to suspend the agenda.
Second.
Is there any objections to that? I seek unanimous consent to suspend the agenda. Okay, seeing no objections, the agenda is suspended. We will now move into the parking committee creation. So at this time, I move for the Senate to approve the parking special committee creation.
Second.
Hearing a second, I will allocate 4 minutes to this conversation. I put the legislation in the Kodiak and you all got it in an email. If you want to pull it up on a laptop or something and look at it, that's fine, especially given the short notice of it. I'm pretty sure I put everything into words exactly as I said it at the last meeting of what we were looking for this committee to do. So it essentially is just reporting on what policy changes can happen with the current parking policy, counting up the spots, making sure that they are being allocated efficiently for all the lots between resident and commuter, looking into, I specifically put the Southwood lot possibly becoming a 24-hour Southwood only because it is in the parking policy that the overflow lot for Southwood is in Evergreen. So there's not enough space for the Southwood residents, and we know that already. So that might be something that gets looked into because there isn't enough space. We know that already. We've known that for a while. That might be a change that we might recommend gets made. But any questions or comments about that? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna put hold and grouping. Pause up. So one second here. Close in 3, 2, 1. 33 yes. 33 yes votes, 0 no votes, and 0 abstentions. The motion passes. Next, moving into the appointment of the parking committee co-chairs. At this time, I move for the Senate to accept my nomination of Kyle Pavlik to be parking committee co-chair.
Second.
Hearing a second, I will allocate 3 minutes to this conversation. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Kyle, do you have anything to add? Okay. Seeing that the conversation has naturally expired, we will do another committee vote. Poll is posted. Three, 2, 1. 32. With 32 yes votes, 0 no votes, and 1 abstention, the motion passes. Congratulations, Senator Pavlik. And then at this time, I move for the Senate to accept my nomination of Senator Brianna Brown to be the second chair or co-chair for the Park Committee.
Second.
Hearing a second, 3 minutes. Any questions, comments? Brianna, do you have anything to add? No. Okay. Seeing that the conversation has naturally expired, we will do another full vote.
Okay.
Thank you.
.6.
There's an issue with the poll.
Is that what they're saying on the Zoom?
Yeah.
Try getting out of
It
the
went-
closing.
Close your app and go back in.
Try and, yeah, close the app and go back in. You might need to scroll up a little.
It's good now.
It's good now, okay. I just saw it jump up to 30, so we're missing 2 votes. Okay, you can close it. Poll is closed with 31 yes votes, 0 no votes, and 1 abstention. The motion passes. I'll swear you both in because you're both now in appointed positions. Do you want to take photos? Okay.
Over there.
Sometimes you go to the solution.
I'll start with Kyle. How do we look?
Good.
Okay,
But get closer.
all right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Kyle Pavlik,
Do solemnly swear that I will,
do solemnly swear that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
will fulfill the duties and responsibilities
will fulfill the duties and responsibilities
of Special Committee Chair,
of Special Committee Chair,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
uphold and follow
uphold and follow
the policies of the Student Senate
policies of the Student Senate
and the Student Senate Constitution.
and the Student Senate Constitution.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Okay, thanks.
Brianna, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Brianna Brown.
Do solemnly swear that I will,
Do solemnly swear that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
will fulfill the duties and responsibilities
fulfill the duties and responsibilities
of Special Committee Chair,
of Special Committee Chair,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
uphold and follow
uphold and follow
the policies of the Student Senate
the policies of the Student Senate
and the Student Senate
and
Constitution.
the Student Senate Constitution.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's video.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you. Congrats.
Congratulations to both of you. I cannot wait to see what both of you do. Now we will turn the floor over to our guest, Dean Walker. It was announced earlier this semester that Dean Walker will be changing positions from dean to endowed chair, which is the first ever endowed chair for our university. So I'll hand the floor over to you, if you don't mind explaining what that transition will look like and what exactly an endowed chair is, because I'm sure a lot of us don't know. So.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Do you want me to sit here or?
I would love if you came right.
Yeah.
I see all of you guys go like this, I'm like, that's not comfortable. First of all, thank you all so much for inviting me. I really appreciate the opportunity to share with students some additional information about an endowed chair. And I want to apologize for being tardy. Had a student issue related to the snow I had to deal with, and it was pretty emergent, so I apologize. Our students will always come first, so I apologize to all of you for my delay, and thank you for your patience. So just by way of a little bit of a background about myself, this marks my 30th year at Western New England University. And I will say that old joke, I started when I was 3. But clearly, this is a place I love. My roots are very deep. I came here to start the sport management program. Before coming to Western New England, I worked with both the Boston Celtics and the New England Patriots, and have had a very active career involved with sports, including working with our own athletic department for a period of time while I was here, when the athletic department actually reported to me and I reported to the president. I've done a number of studies about athletics. I do work with the NCAA, and I've worked with a number of professional sport franchises. So 7 years ago, the dean we had in the College of Business left suddenly, and I was asked to step in as interim. And I love our College of Business faculty. I love our College of Business students and all the students at the university. I've been so blessed to have a wonderful, marketable career here, where I've met many friends of the College of Business and made many new friends in the time that I'm here. And my greatest joy is watching our students succeed and keeping in touch with them as an alumni and seeing all the wonderful things they've done. So this endowed chair, I didn't leave the dean's position to become a endowed chair. One can be an endowed chair as a dean, and I'll tell you why I stepped out of my position just in 1 second, if you bear with me. The woman who decided to endow this chair, and do I have any finance people in the room here? So you know what an endowment is. So endowment is fundamentally a pool of money. And that pool of money, we talk about that as the principal, and that sits in the bank. And you sort of live off the interest, as it were. So a lot of nonprofits do that. Colleges, universities do that. They have an endowment. And then they use the principal, they don't touch the principal, but they use the interest to do innovative, creative things, to fund research, to fund operations. So I became very good friends with a woman named Janet Johnson Bullard. And any of you who've ever been to Churchill, you will see the Dean Suite is called the Janet Johnson Bullard Suite. And Janet was one of the first women alumni of Western New England. So she's currently pressing her 80s right now. And when the school was founded, she came in after a very interesting career. She was told that women would never succeed in banking, that the best you probably could do is be an administrator to a bank president. And if you get to know Janet, you'll appreciate her response. Oh yeah, just watch me. And so Janet worked very hard. Throughout her career, she worked with a number of banks, went through very prestigious positions, and then ultimately started her own financial management firm. And I had this great opportunity to sit down and interview Janet, who's been a member of our Board of Trustees here, also a member of our College of Business Advisory Board. And people tend to think either business is all kind of Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street, which really isn't. That's exaggerated for Hollywood. And yeah, there are certain bad actors in every field you find. But there are also people in business who love organizations, who work to help people with financial independence. And Janet was just one of those people. When I interviewed Janet, she said, the reason I love doing what I do is I help people live out their dream. Whether it's helping someone buy their first home, whether it's helping someone build up enough wealth so that they can go on a great vacation. They can fund their grandchild's education. And she said, what I do is I help people make and build resources to live an independent life and help others. So that's really what Janet's all about. So you can see that in Janet because she continues. She's a philanthropist, which means she loves to give money to good causes. She makes money to do good things with it. So Janet has given a lot of money to the university. And in one of her most generous acts, she said, I would like to endow a chair's position. And Sherry, I would like for you to sit in that chair. So what is an endowed chair? An endowed chair is the highest honor one can get in academia. It's the pinnacle of a career. It's like the Super Bowl, right? For anybody who's in academics. And what that means is she gave a big gift to the university. All of these gifts, this is a common practice across the United States in higher education institutions. So universities, colleges, if they have wealthy benefactors who want to endow chairs or endow professorships, they target it towards a specific discipline or a specific person in recognition of their achievements, their work, their potential, the problems they're solving, the work they're engaging in, their ability to give back to others. So Janet created this endowed chair. And she came and talked to me. At the time, President Johnson and I talked about it. There's a contract that's written. And so the interest from her money is designed not as new money to a salary, but to support somebody's salary, to take the burden of that salary off the university, but also to help fund research, to help fund conferences, to help fund initiatives that are changing. So Janet's background is in finance. My background also was in finance in the sport industry. So there are things that I have been working on over time. As a dean, I was an incredibly strong advocate for financial literacy. I think every single one of you, every single student needs to have financial literacy. They need to know about their paychecks. They need to know about taxes. They need to know about contracts relative to renting or buying a car. They need to understand and build a retirement fund. They need to understand healthcare. I want you guys all to leave this institution and say, yeah, I got this. I know exactly what this is. I know what questions to ask in the interview. I know what market value is. I know present value of money. So since I became dean, started as interim 7 years ago, then I became the full-time dean. So I've been sitting in that role now for 8 years. I have had that ability to work with our faculty around important issues in finance. So my other interest, my research right now is focusing on NIL. So those of you who understand college athletics or know anything about it in name, image, and likeness. This morning I was listening to Boomer Esiason, a former NFL quarterback and also a commentator. He talked about it as nil money, which I really love. I'd never heard it called nil money. So NIL money is nil money. So I'm interested in studying the effect of NIL on college athletic programs. Where are they getting millions of dollars to pay people? One of my friends is a development director at University of Rhode Island. He got a call from their AD. Now imagine this, University of Rhode Island, not Alabama, not UCLA, not Michigan, got a call saying, we want to keep this basketball player. You need to go out and find me $1 million in NIL money. And I need it by the end of the week. So he's got to go out as a development director and beat bushes to find $1 million to keep a student. I have ties to the SEC and University of Texas and TCU and the Big Ten. So I know a lot of these people and I see the financial challenges they're having to keep college athletics viable. And mark my words, you guys, 10 years from now, I suspect college athletics as we know it will no longer exist. It'll be a private entity at that high level of D1. True athletics will occur at the college level in Division III. I think Division II is going to eventually go away over time. So my interest very much is in the financing of NIL, and something new I'm working on with Professor Schmutz is looking at private equity firms coming into intercollegiate athletics. My article is entitled Dancing with the Devil, the incursion of private equity into intercollegiate athletics. So it's some really interesting work to be done. I've had great conversations with Janet about it. Moving into an endowed chair and out of the dean's position allows me to focus solely on this exciting cutting edge research and putting Western New England University's name right next to it. So we're making a splash. And that's part of the reason that people endow chairs to fund high quality work that is impactful, that raises the profile of an institution, not only for its graduates, but to attract new and interesting faculty and to attract students in grad programs and grad students who want to work in these fields. Just so you know, the other interest I have, I'm doing 2 research projects right now, is on nonprofits. And I sit on 3 nonprofit boards, and I've watched nonprofits struggle with picking who is the firm that's going to manage their money, their endowment. And I've been working with Wilmington Trust, also with a couple of local banks, Chase and Capital One, looking at how do nonprofits who have money decide how to maximize the return from their endowment. And there hasn't been a lot of research done in that area. And dear to my heart, I always like to say our business students are business citizens. They innately give back to their communities with their business skills. So I like to live what I preach. So this is a way to help a lot of nonprofits understand how to maximize their resources by picking the right and the best financial management firm. So that just gives you a little quick thumbnail sketch of what it is, what it does. And I am incredibly proud to represent all of you in this position as I go out and talk to people, whether it's Charlie Baker or talking to different people in intercollegiate athletics. I'm so incredibly proud of our students, our alumni, and I'm certainly proud of Janet. And I've always shared that kindred spirit with her about, oh yeah, just watch me. And I got to share with you one last thing when I stop, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. I was kicked out of 1st grade for wearing pants. And it's not that long ago. But I was told that young women would never succeed in the world unless they knew how to dress appropriately, and that included a skirt. So, and that's not that long ago, you guys, I'm not a dinosaur. So there's a lot of work to be done. And I watch people like Janet and some other people I've known in my career, both men and women, who are always pushing the barriers, challenging what's out there and what's understood and held as tradition. I've always felt it's really important to ask good questions, ask why, to push the limits, and to show everybody that all of this is available to all of us. It's about how much we're willing to invest. And it truly is. See what I did there? Invest in yourself. And that's why I've always loved working as a dean. And now this chapter of my life, all of us have chapters in our lives where we move and we do different things. This next chapter of my life is really focusing back on the sports industry and doing cutting edge research that will further shine a spotlight on Western New England. So thank you guys all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll open the floor for questions that I got.
Dean Walker, just so for students out there, is your office still gonna be in the Dean Suite, or where's your office gonna be located?
That's a great question. I'm waiting to hear. I believe, I know I'll be in Churchill somewhere, but I don't know what office. Preferably I'll be, on the floor with all the other faculty, and they won't ostracize me off somewhere in the corner. So I think probably on the 2nd floor of Churchill, but that's to be announced.
Okay.
And just so you all know, I know they're in the process of appointing an interim dean in the College of Business, and it will be somebody who's currently in the College of Business. So that I expect that announcement will be coming pretty soon.
Do you know how soon?
It's not in my hands. I have been pushing and recommending and encouraging. I'm going to share with you something, all of you. As somebody who's been here for 30 years with roots deep in the ground here and a lot of history, I find myself, as all of you, surrounded by a lot of new administrators and new people. And there are so many challenges that come with that. So I always feel I'm fortunate enough to share some of the institutional history where I can and try to influence in keeping with who we are and our essential DNA as an institution, that doesn't change. Because we're our people. More than anything else, we are the great people that have come to Western New England and will continue to come here. Yes.
Is there a way for students to either get involved with or at least give their own like stories or experiences when it comes to NIL and the effects of it? To you as like someone who works in athletics?
Yeah, I think that would be great. I would love to hear that. It's funny, this whole thing about 6 years ago when there was discussions about it and the Michigan case went forward and, we had a couple other cases overturned in the court where this all came possible. I was working with athletics at the time. I got a call from a student saying, hey, Doc Walk, sometimes they call me that. Hey, Doc Walk, I have an opportunity to make some money. I go to a summer camp and they want to use me. My uncle has a pizza parlor and he wants to use me, in a, in an ad. And then I had a student who wanted to sign a website where he could sign basketballs and sell them for $20 a piece. And the answer is yes, you can do that. So it does affect even Division III, to your point. So yeah, I would love to hear that stuff anytime. Email me, set up a time, and yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Any other questions? I have a question about, and again, I know, as you just said, there's a lot of changing stuff around us. Do you know if there's gonna be any announcements and communications about, what the situation will look like with the, deanship for the College of Business? Or if there will be like a search after the president's search is done?
What I find is I'm surprised a lot around here. I don't need to be, dismissive at all, because I want to know as well. And I continue to my point, ask the questions, when is this happening? What's going to happen? I think one of the challenges of having interim people in leadership is they're a little bit hesitant, nor do they know, and they're trying to do their best. So I don't think any of this is done maliciously. I think it's only people are kind of working through this at a new institution and trying to figure it out. What I do know is I expect there will be a campus-wide announcement about who will be interim. And then I think what they're waiting to do is when we get a new president, the new president will decide if they want to go out for a search for a dean.
Yeah.
That's how I think the timing will work. That seems
Okay.
pretty typical. Yeah.
Senator Anderson.
I heard you talking about like the endowment and like what the endowment was from, but what are like your responsibilities of as the endowed chair? Like you talked about what you wanted to do and what your goals were, but like what responsibilities do you have to do and like what?
Yeah, so in that agreement, it really is, the responsibility is to conduct research, in an area of finance in which I'm focused that aligns with my background. The other responsibilities is I do a report, back to the university about my work during that time. The contacts I make, people I talk to, in the College of Business, and this is not true anywhere else on campus, we have to do publications and referee journal articles. So in order for us to be scholarly academic, according to AACSB, and I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but we're required to demonstrate a high level of scholarship and to produce journal articles and research in professional journals that are highly valued. So it's a condition of tenure, it's a condition of research, it's certainly a condition of being a chair. So they're an endowed chair. So I have to publish or perish, as they say, get some research out there. And I have to put forward a plan, which I did, and I'll be starting in January. January 15th is my last day as dean, so.
I just want to say on behalf of all the College of Business students, thank you for your time today, but also thank you for everything you've done for the university over the past 30 years, starting the sport management program and just being like a great resource for a lot of students here on campus. I know myself and my other representatives of the College of Business all greatly appreciate all of your time and effort that you do for our university.
Thank you. you couldn't have said anything kinder, because that's really why I work here, is to serve you all. I'm a firm believer in servant leadership. So to hear that from you guys means an awful lot. So thank you.
Senator Goodman?
Yes, I just had like a question about the duration of the research, because like, I'm sure we'd all be interested in seeing the final product. Like I know it's far off, but like, how long the endowed chair like exists?
Yeah, so an endowed chair is funded in perpetuity, but the person who sits in it can change over time. So if somebody retires, the chair will go elsewhere. If some chairs at some universities have a 1-year duration, others have a 2-year duration, some have a 3-year duration. I went to Smith undergrad, and all of their chairs are 3 years. So you sit in the chair for 3 years, and then you can move to something else, or whatever you decide you want to do. So in other places, and my sister-in-law was at Texas Christian University. My brother played football there, by the way. But at Texas Christian University, they're in perpetuity. So once you get a chair, they want you to really focus in on meeting the goals of that chair.
Okay.
So we'll see, but I'll be more than happy to keep you guys, let me put it this way, I'll keep you updated. And we'll see as it goes, where it leads. Like most research, you guys are all scholars, you never know where your road is going to lead in your research. So I'm excited. This is really cool stuff.
Vice President Cloutier?
Just kind of shifting gears a little bit. Have you ever worked with the Women in Business Club on campus?
I did. I helped found it.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad I asked that question. I was gonna suggest a lot of the stories that you said, at least for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other women in this room, was really inspiring. And so if you or even Janet or any other colleagues that I'm sure you've met along the way, I feel like that'd be a really impactful way to get in touch with students.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. I was a faculty member when it was founded, so I was the advisor for the first couple of years. Yep. And Kara Capinos, who's since retired, she and I kind of double teamed the Women in Business and helped it launch, get off its ground, do the Constitution, meet all you guys' stringent requirements to get to be a club. And then what ended up happening is I became dean, so I wasn't allowed to oversee a club. But I'll be back on faculty again, so I'd be more than happy to even stay more in touch with you guys.
Awesome.
So.
I want to add on to what Senator Goddick said too. The amount of people from the College of Business that have held that College of Business rep position seat have always had great things to say about you, great things to say about working with you. You are always very easy to get in touch with, very easy to get to come here and talk with us. So we really appreciate that. It makes our lives a lot easier. I'm sure it makes their lives a lot easier too. But anyone from Sean to Noah and all of them, going way back to when I was the first year, everything that they reached out to you about, you got back to them as soon as you possibly could. And we really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And while we're having a little bit of a love fest here, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. And certainly thank you to the leadership. I know how difficult it is to be a student leader this day and age, but you guys leverage that on your resume the best you can, because right now people are looking to hire people with leadership abilities, and now you've got something that demonstrates that in a very clear way. So you are held in the highest esteem by your peers because you're sitting in this room, and I hope for all of you that feels really good. And now that you continue to practice this leadership, that you take it on into the next chapter of your life. And thank you for your kindness always, Cam. I really appreciate it. And thank you for inviting me to spend some time with you today. And anybody who's driving, be careful out there. I was an idiot today. I wore the fashion boots, not the LLB. So I thought it was gonna rain. So anyways, thank you all again for your time. And any questions, anything you want to talk about? My email's easy, swalker@WNEU. So, get in touch with me and I'd love to chat. I'm good at buying a cup of coffee. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you again. Next, we are going to move to the Senator of the Month Award. So this senator was just sworn in as a parking committee co-chair, and they're also going to be helping out with the president interviews. They were one of the first senators to reach out to me about it, but Senator Brown, congratulations. Senator Lamont.
You're long legs. It's okay, do some stealing.
Yeah, you both hold it. All right, I can move. No.
She's pretty awesome.
Perfect. Congratulations.
I will open the floor for comments and remarks. Chairperson Amaya.
Great, so congratulations, Senator Brown. You've been such a great asset already to the WNE community and Student Senate, and you're just a first year, which is amazing. I was the chair for campus center renovations my first year at the institution, and that was a lot of stress as a first year student. So you taking this initiative and going out there, getting involved, being a chair of a committee is something really admirable, and I really respect you for that. You are very deserving of this award.
Any other comments or remarks? As your PA, I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Next, moving to visitors' comments. Are there any visitors' comments? Alex, you're only. Okay, no visitors' comments at this time. Moving to reports, executive reports, starting with finance. The floor is yours.
So I really don't have much of anything to report on today. Everything is kind of closing up for this term, so we're starting auditing. That's really all I have, other than my office hours. So if anyone has any questions, let me know.
Thank you. Any questions, comments about finance? Seeing none, legislative.
I also don't have much. It's basically the same things I've been saying every week, but just want to really get in there that I still have 6 organizations that we have reached out to and have not had any contact with the legislative committee at all. These organizations are Golden Bear Band, Biomedical Engineering Society, Investment Club, IEE, Women in Business, and Writers Forum. All these organizations should have already been reached out to. So if you are on this executive board or know someone who is a part of it, please urge them to respond to whoever in the legislative committee, please. I do have the power to recommend freezes on budgets per the rules package, and I will do that. So please get back to me about your constitutions. Also, I am doing my office hour today. Come visit me.
Thank you. I'm gonna recommend to college reps, if one of those clubs is in your college, please also take the time to reach out to them. I don't want them to get frozen because they're not responding, but if they're not responding, they will get frozen. That is why we have that rule now. Any other questions or comments about legislative? Okay, seeing none, campus relations.
Can I talk about the project items that I have?
Yeah.
So as I've been saying for the last 4 months, I actually have been working on capital project ideas. I'm just gonna go over a couple. I'm just gonna do it really quickly. So something that I'm looking at for the freshman or the first year halls, specifically Franklin, Berkshire, and Hamden halls, study rooms, or more specifically study pods. Something that people were complaining about at the beginning of the year is that there's nowhere really quiet. There's no quiet area in the first year halls. So we thought this would be a good idea. I'll be able to show you pictures of this at a later date. These are just ideas that we have so far, but it's basically a phone booth where it would be noise canceling, and it would have a desk and a chair in it, and it's just a small little area for students to go to.
Can I add something on
yeah.
that? If you want to test them, they have them in the law school. The law
Yeah.
school is open to all of us as students here. So you can go in the second floor of the law school in their, right next to their library.
They're very cool. They work.
they're pretty cool. Something else that we were looking at is new furniture, especially for dorm areas, first years, because a lot of these spaces, especially Wyndham, all the other halls that I mentioned, first year halls, they don't have comfortable furniture, and they also, like, if you want to go somewhere that's not your room, that's the only place you can really go to. So something else we're looking at. We're looking at additional seating on Deliso lawn. That was something that was voted on at the beginning of the year. And then smaller stuff like garbage cans to put into the parking lots, because we've been getting complaints that people are leaving a lot of trash in the parking lots, so just making that more accessible. And then we have a lot of bigger projects that we're hoping to put forward from previous years that they kind of just fell through. So we're looking to add that to our proposal. So more to come. Thank you.
I don't know if we ever explained it to the general senate before, but the new capital process happens on a year-to-year basis. We don't have the authority to just pull the trigger on a project like we did in years prior. They have to secure the cash first, which means it has to be put into the Senate budget when the new administration comes in and proposes it. The issue with that is when the new administration comes in, they have to propose their general budget in addition to a capital budget. So the strategy now is the leaving administration will handle capital, the incoming administration will handle incoming, normal expenses, so the club budgets. And Chairperson McKiernan, his report will be sent to the administration for capital projects to be done next year. And then next year's chairperson of campus relations will do it for the year after. So if they're a senior, they sadly won't see any of them come to light. But they might be done actually, so.
Can I add something else too?
Yeah.
Any ideas, please come my way with it. The more that we put forward, the more we might get more money, the more stuff we put forward. Because if they accept everything, then we get more money. But even if they don't, if we're putting a lot of stuff forward, they might pay for more of it, so.
Senator Brother.
Yeah, I have a question for the study pods. Where would they be? Like in the common room?
Yeah, we would try to put them in the common room because there's literally nowhere else to put them. They're tiny. They're like a phone book. They would be less than 4 feet wide.
Okay, yeah.
Well, because if we're adding new furniture as well.
I think that's the part that I think if it was like new furniture, then it would look like more normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely something we have to plan and look more into, but it's just one of the ideas we're looking at.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna move to public relations. Sure.
Okay, so last week I went over all that stuff with the food drive, which was very successful. This week on Thursday, which me and public safety are still in discussion of the exact timing of the toy drive, but it is a step cruiser. We did it last year before, we do it every year. On Thursday, I'll be out there a good amount of the day. So the cruiser will be outside of campus. The campus center, right near that patio, we all know where that is. And come by, drop a toy off, and then the following day, I'll be going to the Shriners Children's Hospital, where all of the donations will be dropped off. And if you cannot make it out there to the cruiser itself, you are also welcome to drop your toy/donation off to the public safety station. Mind you, donations for this, it cannot be a used toy, it has to be new. You can go to the dollar store, buy Barbie, doesn't have to be super complicated, but buy a toy. I expect to see every one of you there, if not at the station dropping off toy. So, and also I would love if some people would stand out there with me, and my committee, I'll discuss with that. Thank you. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Any questions or comments about public relations report? Yes, Senator.
Is there like a time estimate that it would be at?
I would like it to be around 9 to 5 p.m. So it is a good 8-hour. Sure.
This is what Kat was like.
Cat would like it to be at that time.
You would not, if you're on the PR committee, you would not be expected to be there from 9 to 5.
No.
But that would be the time frame that they would be outside collecting the toys.
Time frame coming soon.
But time frame coming soon.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, refer to what I said last week for the academic affairs report. Senators' comments, any senators' comments at this time?
Yes, we're having a party, guys.
Vice President Pete.
We're having a party. It's on December 3rd, which is this Wednesday. It's at
Tomorrow.
which is tomorrow. It's at 6:30. It is a potluck. So if you have something, obviously if you don't have a kitchen where you live, it's gonna be difficult, but feel free to buy something, feel free to bring something. We'll all have things to eat, and then please, if you'd like to participate in the White Elephant, bring a gift that's under $20. Bring it in some wrapped, concealed package. We'll explain the rules of the game if you don't know. Hopefully, everybody that brings everybody that brings a gift will leave with a prize. And we'll have a little bonding moment before finals week. It'll be a good time. Pajama party, right?
Yes, pajama party.
Pajamas.
If you have a Santa hat, feel free to wear it. Chairperson Maya.
Okay, adding on to that, I have the updates for food so far, what people are bringing. We have spinach, artichoke dip, cheese and crackers, rolls, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, stuffing, banana cream pie, sugar cookies, a lot of different cookies. We don't need any more cookies, okay? Oreo balls and chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, and I'm making the turkey.
Yeah, so.
Hey, something I just thought of, Kat, would be great. There's a lot of people in this room.
There's also a lot of.
I'll be
snow
making
on the
2
ground in our
turkeys.
Backyard where you want to be making turkey.
I'll make a turkey.
Happy to frosted to something.
I have to buy a turkey.
I'll put the form back in
What about
the.
rotisserie
That's
chicken?
not
Yes,
Yeah.
if they can do a
There will
turkey,
be.
they'll-
I'm
Let's take a cost of
Don't question my
Okay.
Fry
A turkey or a chicken, we don't know yet. TBD.
A bird.
Yeah, a bird.
will be a
Maybe
bird.
a turducken at the
Seasonal.
Yeah.
We can go to
Chicken
Costco
stuffed into a duck.
Oh,
stuffed into a
God, I was
turkey.
like $5.
Oh, that sounds.
Anything else on tomorrow? My party tomorrow.
Location?
Here.
To be announced here. Oh, never mind.
6:30, and if anybody wants to participate in the White Elephant, but is for whatever reason can't buy
Yeah,
it,
let us know.
please let us know.
Any questions or comments about that? Okay, I have an announcement
Wait,
from,
Wait, you got a comment?
yes,
This is the Senate party?
yes,
Yeah.
just for us. Sorry, other community at large,
No outsiders.
yeah. We're not spending the Senate money on just ourselves.
Spending any money.
Yeah,
We're not spending any money.
We don't have any.
We don't have any money. Okay, announcement just from Director Grimm. They weren't able to post this, but they want to just get the word out from student involvement. But there's a trip this weekend to Silver Bell Farm to walk through the farm, which is lit up for the holidays. It's this Saturday. The bus leaves campus at 6 and returns by 8:30. So if anyone's interested, it's on U-Tickets. Chairperson Maya.
Speaking of which, also from student involvement, they're currently hiring for orientation group leaders for SOAR of 2026, is that a thing? Yeah. So if you're interested, or you know other people that are interested, in applying, it is for undergraduate students only and not seniors, sorry guys. So if you are interested in applying, or someone else is interested in applying, you can email me, or, I believe they posted it on the Student Hub Instagram as well, so you can take a look at the Student Hub Instagram for that as well.
While we're on the topic of professional student leadership positions on campus, the PA and RA applications are also open, and I believe those were also posted on the Student Hub Instagram. So if you're interested in those two, apply. Yes, sir.
Right, in the spirit of applications, I'd like to say that the connection is better application. A lot of people don't really know what we do. Basically any vertical that we think might be at a disadvantage when they first come in. So if they're disabled, if they're a first gen student, if they're international, they're from a minority of some sort, we kind of just help them navigate that first year, and you do get paid, so please apply. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other senators' comments at this time? Okay, when we come back, do you have a comment?
Yeah, but it's really fast. If you guys need any help, like hitting the ground running with your committee, or if you're looking for like guides or anything, please text me. That's it.
Yeah, your key contacts are us and the senators, so, if anyone else is interested in helping them count parking spots, I'm sure they will appreciate the help.
I have a drone.
Oh.
you.
You take photos, you take photos and count.
Just to put it out there.
Nice. When we come back, I think I mentioned this last week, I believe our first meeting, I'm giving an address. So,
Thank you.
yeah, in here, I'll probably have facilities or, events put a podium in here, but there's the yearly state of the campus address. First meeting when we get back.
Right.
When is the first meeting? Let's get back.
The first Tuesday of the semester, yeah, yes,
Is that also a report meeting for us?
no.
No.
No, I'm planning for it to essentially just be that and maybe any other business we have, but I doubt that we'll have any other business. It might be a shorter meeting if we don't have business, but, yeah, I can't think of anything else. Unless something comes up, sorry. Yeah, okay, I move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, those abstaining, motion passes.
Hey,
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.